Hey guys, it's Amber, and I'm going to be diving into a couple different pages here, lots of different styles of pictures and themes. So this first video clip here, I'm just showing how I had printed my 3x4s on 4x6s. I'm getting them trimmed down. I like to leave them all together until I'm actually ready to start the project so that nothing goes missing. And then I like to trim them up so I can get them all separated right away. So I'm just starting with the standard Design A page protector here, and I have all photos except one 3x4 spot to fill. So I won't be looking for any filler cards or anything for this one. And it's actually even incredibly light on embellishments. I don't even think I add anything to it, but as I go back through the album and see spaces like this, I might flip back through and add like a little chipboard or something somewhere. So this was a really, really quiet day where we relaxed and did nothing. And while that's great on vacation, sometimes it's tough for a scrapbooker because it's like some days I have multiple pages of layouts, and then this day I have like 2 M1s for dinner. So it was, it's a little disappointing, and I have to figure out a way to differentiate between the day before and this day's pictures. But we'll see what I come up with, because I don't even really have any. I apologize. I don't have any enlargements or anything set up for this day. It was very, very light on photos. So I had thought originally that I could fit everything into one 12x12 layout, and then I realized that I wanted to spread it out a tiny bit more. So I'm grabbing another 6x12 to focus the dinner photos onto, so that I have more like daytime photos, and then I had changed into like a different outfit for nighttime. And I even had to print another 4x6 photo for the back of the 12x12 layout, and I was having some printer issues. It's very, very rare that I have them, but in this instance I needed one more photo, and it took a couple hours to clean my printer and get it situated, which I finally did. And you'll see that photo eventually coming up soon. So what I'm doing is taking that ephemera bag that I have from the restaurant where our silverware was in, that has the logo of the restaurant, and I'm just taking one of my 3x4 crop cards from Simple Stories and cutting it down. I really like using those. They're a nice thick material. Lets you still see through what you're going to be cutting, but it also is thick enough that you don't really cut through it or anything. So it's a nice template for using when you want to freehand cut something. So here I figured out that I have like everything laid out front, considering moving another photo to the back, and decide the front can stay exactly as it is. And I'll just be using extra filler cards and things on the back. So I've gone through my memory of story kits, and I remember that I had a rest story kit, and you can see up there in the top right hand corner I have an extra photo that I printed showing that we were like taking a nap on the bed. It just shows my legs or my feet on the bed. And I went to the rest story kit and I grabbed 2 of the cards there, and they happen to really coordinate with the travel kit diagonal stripe. So I have one blue card there that says "More naps, please." I completely created that one from scratch. And then the rest kit is as is. Rest card. And then that diagonal stripe from the travel kit. And I'm just looking for a little chipboard heart or something that I can add in the middle of that diagonal. And I'm going to go with "This Time." Love this time, because we were just relaxing. And I'm not attaching it down yet, but I'm just visualizing how it's going to look. So then I'm grabbing my 6x12 insert that's going to be visible next to it, and picturing what else I need. So I'm going to thumb through my 3x4 cards here and select a few more cards. I need a journaling card and 2 filler cards. And so I'm picking that Ellie's Studio Gray card with the fork, knife, spoon logo as a way to journal. And I'm going to use the journaling on the back for the actual pictures of the food. And I, for a while, really considered using that Love This card. There's 3 cards that look like that in the 2019 travel collection from Ali Edwards. One's pink and says go. One is, or actually, sorry, it's blue and says go. The pink one says coming home. And then there's the Love This card, which kind of can go in the middle of the album somewhere. But I haven't used it yet. So, kind of fast forwarding here and showing you a close-up of what the page ended up looking like. That was our breakfast photos and hanging around. More hanging around. Some sunset photos during a rainstorm, which I journal about. And then we're jumping into the next day's photos. So, these are us at breakfast. It was July 4th, so we're both kind of wearing like red, white, and blue shirts. And I don't take a lot of photos at breakfast, which can sometimes make it hard to scrap. But when we're traveling, I'm really good about, I almost treat it like it's a week in the life project, and I'm taking photos all day of everything. And for like scale, I had ordered pancakes, and those are little tiny like $50 pancakes with Nutella dropped on them. So they were delicious. They were all just really tiny. So I'm going to be looking for a little way to add a little note to the photo. And I'm using an opportunity to have another 3x4 see-through pocket. So I'm using the white globes for this one, just because I didn't think that the mint fork, knife, spoon would really go well with the color of these. And so I've already picked some filler cards for the back because I only have one photo, but I'm using it's kind of hard to see at the bottom. There's a card that says today's journey from the Journey story kit, and it says morning, afternoon, evening. And I'm going to be filling that out with what we did all day because we didn't do a whole lot. So it's an easy way to tell the story with words instead of with photos. And then this is a set of words from Heidi Swap that already have mink toner ink on them. And I wanted to do the This View card and then find a photo to blow up as a full 12x12 that would have had an amazing view. However, I knew better, and I should have done a test with the mink because I've never used any of the letters before, and the first one came out disastrously. So I ruined, unfortunately, my This View card. So you can see on the right hand side there I have one that says live that I did another test on because it was a word I didn't care about using, and I wanted to just pick something small and test. And then I ended up going with the word explore. So I used that teal mink foil, which really pulled out the colors of the teal Lake Como water behind me. And then just to make it pop, and also because there's a little scratch in the foil, I was trying to help cover it up with a little bit of the pink word letter sticker there. And it just helps it pop and gives a little something extra anyway. So I have a Kelly Perky paper die cut card here. It's a really nice deep dark navy blue. I needed a label that had like a decent size to it, and I had some Ali Edwards blue stickers that I edited out because I didn't use them, but I was considering using them and they just didn't have quite enough for everything I needed to say. So I'm just trimming these out and using my 1/4 inch hole punch to punch out the ticket shaped edges of the die cut. I showed it in an earlier video for this album series and it worked really well. And I'm just going to use some dot adhesive and attach that on there, going off the edge just a little bit and trimming that little piece off. And then just grabbing my same Uniball pen and adding some notes. So very simple front. And then I am going through my stickers and I'm picking sheets here that have a coffee cup logo on them. I originally thought I was going to go with the larger gray circles, but it was just too big. And then I saw the little tiny white and gray circles there, so I added a little cup sticker just to the top of the label just to give it a little something extra. See, I did briefly consider the other one as well, but realized it was too large. And then I thought maybe I could do them in the center of the globe, but it's just too light of a gray color to really stand out. If I had chose to put it there, I would have picked one for the other side. So just put the little coffee cup there. And then here's the close-up of that page. back. And then you can see the today's journey card with the journaling. So next layout that I'm going to be jumping into is what we did for the next day in the afternoon. And you can see that's how I store my page protectors. I keep them in 12 by 12 albums. So I have a card there from Simple Stories summer set from last year with the umbrellas, and you can't see any of the umbrellas in this photo, but there were some there, and they're very Italian style design, so it made me think of that. So I have a picture of the water. The pool actually was floating in the lake, which was really interesting. So they could control the temperature better, I guess. But it was like a really hot day, and it was a good day that we chose to spend like at the pool. So I don't have a ton of photos for that event either. But I want to use my Travel Story 4 card and just deciding on the placement of that. Grabbing some teal blue style filler cards here. And then I also have that paper on the left-hand side. I've used it in a couple different albums. I bought like 7 sheets of it. It's from Bella Boulevard, and it's like the best like tropical style floral I've ever found. It has like all the colors in it, so it goes with everything. But it's like the perfect teal blue for water photos. So I'm going to cut a 4x6 of that to add as basically a filler card pattern paper at the bottom left-hand corner of the layout. And I'm also going to end up using a 3x4 on the back side as well. And that my favorite escape card is from a Kelly Perky set with Christine Heron from a couple years ago. That's the card I'm going to end up using, which you'll see here in just a second. And I apologize because a lot of the video that I'm taking this in particular day is cut off a little bit on the bottom. I must have been a little too zoomed in, or the camera was positioned oddly, so I apologize that you can't see it. But I'm pulling out some chipboard pieces from Felicity Jane that are like a summer set. So I have sunglasses, a swimsuit, and on the back side I have a black and white hat that's similar to the one I'm wearing in a few of these photos because it was just so bright and sunny. And I thought about using some of these yellow stickers, but they were just not quite the right yellow, and none of them really had any sentiments that I wanted to use that specifically. Just trying to find some sort of embellishment that would work. Used a pink letter sticker on the title up there and added the sunglasses. I have the swimsuit chipboard and a little hat on the other side. So love how bright these photos are and how this one came together. And then my last layout for today's video is a multi-page layout. We had our big group dinner this night with a bunch of my boyfriend's coworkers and our friends who we've traveled with for several years now. And it's just a matter of having a lot of photos and deciding which layout opportunities I want to use. So this first page will have the standard A page protector, where it has the 4x6 and 3x4s, close-ups of the food. And then the second page will be all 4x6s. So somehow I lost some footage here, and I unfortunately don't have me working on finishing this layout, but I have one of the wood veneer pieces from the 2020 travel collection, the 2019 transparency, and a card from the 2019 kit. Very simple embellishments. The second page I have footage of. So I have 7 photos to lay out, and I want to use one see-through pocket. So I'm keeping the table photos all on the same side. I'm just trying to figure out how they look balanced. I'm going to be keeping that middle left pocket open. So I decide, before I find my filler cards, to work on my clear acetate piece. So I'm grabbing I need a new 4x6 piece. I don't have any pre-cut or trimming left. So I'm starting with a new 12x12, trimming it down to 4x12. And then getting my 4x6 cut down. And then I have already selected, I'm picking 2 cards from the 2019 kit. One says thankful for this adventure, which would be a great ending to the album, but the whole reason we're on this vacation is because of this group and these people. So I decided that this would be a good place to use that card. So I had to trim a little bit off the bottom so that I could get the punch exactly where I wanted. This is a 3.5 inch punch. And then I'm using the passport paper as a patterned paper for the back of it, because it really coordinates well with a 4x6 card I pulled from the 2020 travel collection kit. And it has like that corally, rusty color in it. So I'm just using my rolling dot adhesive to put those down. And then I'm going to figure out some embellishments. Just wanted to see if it looks centered and how like straight everything was. And from the back there, you can see I'm working on the pattern paper side. These are 2 pieces of chipboard that I had printed out earlier when I was like just adding extra things I thought I might use to my photo paper before printing. So I'm grabbing my 1 3/4 inch punch to punch that out. It fit it perfectly. And I'm going to add a puffy geotag to it and just put that in the center of the pattern paper. The chipboard piece says, traveling with you equals the best. And it helped pull a lot of the blue that's in the background paper. It's hard to see on here, but it matches pretty well in person. And then I'm going to use that coral rust colored geotag to help match the upper left hand corner card. That is a topographic matte heart, and it says something about good friends and great adventures. So I wanted to use that because of the people that we're with here. And then I had off-camera found some bright filler cards there, one with all cameras, one with geotags. It took me a while to find something, and that's what I came up with. And then here I'm just taking one little heart sticker from the My Story Adventure sticker sheet and adding it to the bottom of that circle die cut. And then I'll be calling this page done. So here is the front. Here is the back, and I hope you're enjoying watching my video series and you're inspired to work on your travel albums. As you can see, I just take them one day at a time, no matter the content. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.